I want to tell you a little story about what happened with me yesterday. I went down to the Avini Health headquarters and I come walking in and it's towards the end of the day and they're moving everything from the office that they're in now to a Boca Raton office that is like 10,000 square feet, much bigger than the office space I have now. So they're going crazy out there because there's a lot to do and so I walk in the doors and here's Rick. Rick is the one of the owners and the developer of the Avini products. And there sits his wife. They're having a conversation about something that they're trying to figure out on the computer. And they both look up at me and they give me this big old smile and they say, "Hey, Eddie, how you doing?" And I said, "Oh, I'm doing great." So we had a little discussion and everything. And the funny thing is that they did not for 1 second, act or look like, I was an inconvenience. Because let's face it, it's the end of the day. Why am I walking in at the end of the day? I needed to grab some stuff. I was nearby, so I popped in. Now, I'm not one of their top distributors. I'm just a guy that's starting out and everything like this. And, so we have a beautiful conversation. Rick said, "Hey, what's going on with you?" Because he knows that I have some crazy cells running around my body, up in my lung, and they've been there for about 6 years. So he was curious, how you doing? So I told him that I started, I said, "Rick, I'm sorry, but I probably should have talked to you about this." But anyway, I started taking another product that I thought might help speed up the process. And it seems like I've had some reactions from it. And he looks at me and he goes, "Eddie, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you look into these products." He says, "What's the product name?" Turns to his computer. I tell him the product name. Boom. He stops what he's doing and he's looking up what's the product. And he looks at me and he goes, "Oh, okay." He says, "Well, no wonder. This I don't think that this agrees with your body because prior you had done chemotherapy, and so this has probably brought some of that up." And I'm like, "Oh man, I can't believe this." But I mean, the other thing I couldn't believe was he did not hesitate. He did not look annoyed. He did not look, him or his wife. Okay. Their energy was great. And with everything that they were going through, moving the warehouse and all that stuff, they greeted me and they stopped everything that they were doing just to help me. So he shows me all this stuff. And then he turns to me and he goes, "Eddie," he says, "why didn't you run this across me before?" And I said, "I don't know, Rick, you're busy, man. You're the CEO of a company, a huge company. And, I just didn't think to call you and say, 'Hey, I got this thing, I'm doing this,' and have you look it up." And he says, "Come on, man." He says, "That's what I'm here for. This is what I do. I help you. I help people. It's not like I'm a big distributor. I'm a little guy. I'm just starting out. It's like, it blew me away, the energy that they gave to me despite everything that was going on in their lives, everybody's wanting to go home. How do you tell the character of a person? Walk into the office at the last minute before they get ready to go home and you see the true person. Well, I got to tell you, they're salt of the earth. They are freaking amazing. So they took me, they said, "Come on, let's, what do you need?" And I told them. And they said, "Okay, let's get your order." Okay, so they took me in the back. And then there's Brett. Brett was running the warehouse. And there's another lady there, and I'm sorry I can't remember her name. Okay. And so, we talked to them. We're trying to figure out, what my order number was and stuff like that, because I had just placed the order before walking in the door. So of course it's not really in the system. But I got to tell you that, I said, "Oh, listen, I'll just have you guys deliver it. Forget it. I was in the neighborhood. I thought I'd pick it up." Okay. And they were like, "No, don't worry about it. We're going to get you, get you your order and get you out the door." Okay. And I was like, "Well, you sure? I'm just going to, I'll go home. In a few days I'll have the order." And they're like, "No, you're here, man. Let's get you the order." So anyway, Rick got on the phone. He started talking about, the products and things like that to somebody else, one of the people that he's dealing with all this mess that's going on. And he's on the phone. He's like handling it beautifully. And I turned to Brett and I said, Brett, maybe I should go. I said, you guys are busy. It doesn't matter if I get this in a few days or if I get it now. I'm here, so, I thought I'd just pop in. He's like, no. Don't worry about it, man. Come on, let's get you your order. So they were so kind, and they bent over backwards to get me the order when I walk in late. And I mean, not one of them looked at me like, oh man, you're holding us up. They instead they joked with me. And we had a good time. And I probably said 6 or 7 times, listen, I'll leave you guys alone. Let you go home. And I was good with that. I was fine. And they insisted, no. We're going to get you your product and we're going to get you going home. Okay? So they stayed after hours with a smile on their face, with great energy, joking, playing, laughing. And we figured out what it was that I needed and what was ordered. And they got it to me. And I got to tell you something. It was an absolutely beautiful experience. It filled my heart on the way home. That is the character of the owners and the company Avini. Absolutely beautiful, warm, caring. Me, little guy. CEO. Took care of me like I was his own. Can't say enough about them. Can't say enough. Have a great day, everybody. Keep smiling, stay happy, stay joyful, and stay prosperous.